Okay, so after you've made an appointment, so we'll just quickly make an appointment for myself. When you then go into your consultation, you will click on the appointment and up will come a couple of options, either to add a treatment note, take a payment, or arrived and did not arrive. The arrived did not arrive is functions that we don't tend to use that much in the clinic. Only if they don't show up would we click on did not arrive. But for the sake of today's tutorial, we're going to look into how we use the back end of it, which is the treatment notes sections. So what we have here is then my client file. So on the second menu down here, there's all the information that you'd ever need to know. So if you ever needed to find out the client's telephone number, address, everything will usually be in here. General information, any billing information, which is less important for you guys, but certainly if there was ever any queries, you would know about that. Then the second version down, or second tab down, is the treatment notes, which is very important. And so in here, you would then show up any appointments that you have had and the treatment notes. On the right-hand side here, you can also see that my next appointment is on the 24th of September. And here a view of all my previous attendances. Next tab down is letters. Currently, there's no letters here, but if you were to want to write a letter to a GP, what we tend to do is use G Suite for that. And we'll go through that in a separate video. So this becomes a little bit obsolete. We then would put the letter into the files section. Now, this is where any referral documents, any scan results that we get sent through to us will be put in, and adding something to it is dead simple. So at the top right hand corner here, you can press add a file. In there, you can then add anything you want. So we're going to just add a picture, and it will automatically upload that then into the client's file, and then you will be able to then view that at any one point just by clicking on the link in there. And that's really handy for letters and things like that that have been seen. So you always have a record of anything that's come out or anything that you've written for that patient. The next tab down is the appointments. It literally shows any appointment that they've had. Same with invoices. All these are pretty straightforward. You don't tend to need them that much. Most of that's done by our admin team. So then if we then have this appointment template, so there's usually a template for your consultations. If you click on the menu at the top, the initial consultation should come up as a standard and is where we would normally start. If it was a follow-up appointment, obviously it would be the standard consultations. As you can see, there's a couple of other here, recommended management plan and initial management, which we'll go through at a later date. It's really important for the client journey. However, what we're going through is the initial treatment notes. These boxes are dead simple. You click on the box and you would then enter whichever the client's complaint is. Your history, medical history, medication, any sports that they do, any jobs, roles, your standard assessments all the way through. It has a box for everything. And at the bottom here, you can also add a body chart. You click the button and there's a selection of body charts that you can select from, which is really handy. You select that by clicking on it, and then you can use this menu system on the side here to then draw on the patient. So and then you can put various marks on that. Once you've finished with those, on the bottom right hand corner there's a save button, and that saves the body chart straight into the client's notes again. So for every time you have done your treatment notes, you can either then press save as draft. If it's not completed, then you'd save as draft. You can always edit it. Once you've finished it and you save as final, there's no way of changing your treatment notes. So once you've changed them, press the save as final. That's it. It's kind of logged in the treatment records. If you were to then need to change that, you would then have to archive the original note and create a brand new one, which is pretty straightforward. So just to recap again, the tabs on the left, the ones that you'll use the most is obviously the client details. If there's any details regarding their referrals, any insurance details and stuff like that, you will find that on this page. And then treatment notes is obviously pretty self-explanatory. And then in the file section, which is probably the third one that you will use the most, you will see any letters and referral documents, etc. That was pretty much it for the basic use of the notes section.